네. 안녕하세요. 자, 호그와트 레거시 바로 좀 시작해 보도록 하죠. 뛰는 게 뭐였지? 아, 누르는 거였지? 요거는 뭐 부엉이? 올빼미죠, 올빼미. 이것도 뭐 먹는 거 같고. 인저 스미스.
I suppose some introductions are in order.
You don't need to be frightened, little cat.
Oh, Uncle, this doesn't sound like you. Something's wrong. Oh, hello there. You're the new Hufflepuff, yes? I'm Adelaide. Pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Is everything all right?
Oh, yes. I'm just a bit distracted. Letter from my uncle. So tell me, I've been hearing all sorts of rumors. Were you really nearly gobbled up by a dragon?
그래, 맞아. 말하고 싶지 않아. 그래, 맞아. 말하고 싶지 않아.
If you don't mind, I'd prefer to just forget about it.
Oh dear, it must have been bad. I mean, of course it was. I know I would have been terrified. Sorry. Well, anyway, I imagine you have lots to do. I hope you have a wonderful first day.
만나서 반가웠어. 너의
Are
삼촌
you sure everything is all right with your uncle?
Oh, yes, he travels for work, always busy. I'm sure he just wrote it in a rush. Nothing to worry about.
만나서 반가웠어.
Thank you, Adelaide. Be seeing you.
Of course, and good luck.
Arthur's got you. You don't need to be frightened, little cat.
I can't quite reach.
Come on, you went that way.
Hope they can catch him. Big castle for a student to get lost in, let alone a cat. I'm sure you'll find your way all right. I mean, it can be a bit overwhelming at first. I still get lost sometimes. Welcome to Hufflepuff, by the way. Really glad to have you in our house. I'm Arthur.
Thank you. Nice to meet you. Was that your cat?
No, one of the first years, I think. Don't have any pets of my own, unfortunately. My mother doesn't think too highly of them, especially magical ones.
안타깝네. 마법 동물들은 멋진 것 같은데.
I'm sorry to hear that. I think magical beasts are rather incredible.
Best thing about coming to Hogwarts. Nifflers, glumbumbles, bowtruckles. I thought they were only pictures in books before. Well, Dad did bring home a puffskein once. Mum was furious. Anyway, I better go make sure the first years caught that cat. Don't want them to be late on their first day.
행운을 빌어. 아서.
Have you ever had a pet, Arthur?
No. My mother's a muggle, and as soon as the puffskein that my dad brought home stuck its tongue up her nose, it went right back to the shop.
행운을 빌어. 아서.
Nice meeting you, Arthur. And good luck finding that cat.
Thank you. Try not to get lost in the castle yourself.
That's good, isn't it? Oh, hello. She's awfully regal, isn't she?
Is that your owl?
I don't know who she is. Likely one of the Hufflepuffs around here. Owls choose their own company anyway. Wait, you're the new 5th year. Quite the dramatic entrance you made. Can't imagine wanting to call attention to yourself, especially since everyone will be watching to see how much you already know.
걱정되진 않아. 따라잡아야 할 게 많네.
I'm really not worried. I'm sure I'll be fine.
Nevertheless, it is rather unusual. You must feel terribly out of place. Of course, Presumably, as a hard-working Hufflepuff, you'll prove yourself in no time. I'm hard-working too, as you might suspect. But sometimes I think I should have been a Ravenclaw. I've rather a searing wit. At least people have always told me so. I'm Lenora, by the way. Lenora Everly. Well, mustn't keep you. You've such a lot to do.
만나서 반가워. 왜
Do
레번
you really think you should have been in Ravenclaw?
Well, my brothers were. They both work in the ministry now. I suppose you could say that wit runs in the family. My aunt was a Gryffindor, though, and I've always had plenty in common with her. Determination, valor, daring. The old sorting hat was spoiled for choice with me.
만나서 반가워.
It was nice meeting you, Lenora.
Of course. Adieu.
Is the new Hufflepuff out of bed yet? Professor Weasley's waiting for them outside the common room.
Good morning. I trust you're ready for your first day at Hogwarts?
I've been dreaming of this day for a long time. Can't believe I'm here.
Well, you are here. Make the most of it. You only have one first day at Hogwarts. Now, in light of your unique situation, joining us as a fifth year, you'll need to catch up with your classmates and not fall behind. Especially as you'll be expected to complete your OWLs at the end of the year.
OWLs? Owls?
Yes, your ordinary wizarding level exams. They will determine what type of career you can have when you leave here. After much discussion with the headmaster and the Department of Magical Education at the Ministry, we've devised something extraordinary to ensure your success. Here you are.
What is it?
It is a wizard's field guide. It will help you to keep track of what you are learning so that you master all that's expected of a fifth year. You would be wise to take full advantage of this exceptionally valuable resource.
Thank you, Professor, but what do you mean it will keep track of what I'm learning?
Perhaps seeing it in action will answer any questions you may have. Walk with me and we shall put it to the test. This way. The guide will give you opportunities to practice your magic and educate yourself about wizarding lore. I certainly would have appreciated something like the field guide when I was a student. Using the guide will also train you to be alert to your surroundings. Do keep up! Simply cast Revelio on it, and we'll see what the guide says.
Revelio.
지교정의 레시피 책 필드 가이드 페이지 헬가 후플푸프만의 요리 레시피가 담겨 있다고 소문이 도는 책 수백 년 동안 호그와트 학생들에게 사랑받아온 레시피가 담겨 있습니다. 이 필드 가이드 챌린지를 잠금 해제하였습니다. 필드 가이드 챌린지는 경험치 포인트 F레벨. 이것은 마법사의 레벨입니다. 챌린지로 획 필드 가이드에서 현재 챌린지 진행 상황을 추적할 수 있습니다. 계속하려면 챌린지 1% 챌린지 첫 번째 가이드 페이지를 필드 가이드 각 챌린지에는 티어가 존재합니다. 외형부터 중요한 업그레이드까지 티어를 완료한 보상은 챌린지 메뉴에서 받을 수 있습니다. 잠금 해제한 보상을 받기 위해
Clever, isn't it? Keep your eyes open for more opportunities like that, inside and outside of the castle. Ah, good timing. Perfect opportunity to show you how to use flue flames to get around a bit quicker. Your field guide contains a map of the castle. Open it up and find Central Hall.
빠른 이동 포인트인 블루 불꽃을 발견했습니다. 지도의 지도. 블루 불 호그와트는 크게 두 구역으로 나뉘어집니다. 지도의 왼쪽은 학생들과 교수들이 계속하려면 연회장 지역을 선택 연회장. 호그와트의 이 보기에서는 해당 지역에서 이용할 수 있는 블루 불꽃을 볼 수 있습니다. 초록 블루 불꽃은 지도의 오른쪽 구역에서 계속하려면 도서관 별관. 위즐리 교수가 당신을 위해 중앙홀 블루 불꽃을 잠금 해제하였습니다. 오른쪽 스틱 왼쪽 중앙홀. 방향 패드 왼쪽 레벨리오를 대상 잠금 오른쪽 스틱 누르기은 적들로부터 콤보를 얻고 싶거나 추적하기 어려운
And here
적에게
we are. Quite the time saver. These stairs lead directly to Central Hall.
I can never get enough.
You can get almost anywhere in the castle quickly from Central Hall. Always something happening here. It's the heart of the hive, our King's Cross station, so to speak. That should be all for now. You'll be expected to attend both Charms and Defense Against the Dark Arts classes today. And I'd like to be sure you get to Hogsmeade as soon as possible to replace the supplies you lost on the way here.
알겠습니다. 교수님, 마법 수업에 대해
What will I learn in Charms class?
Exactly what you might expect. Spells, charms, jinxes, all terribly useful. I think you will enjoy Professor Ronan. He's a clever and entertaining wizard, and a talented teacher.
알겠습니다. 어둠의 마법
Can you tell me more about the Defense Against the Dark Arts class?
Defense Against the Dark Arts, as the name implies, focuses on how to defend oneself against the evils that lurk beyond these walls. A mastery of Defense Against the Dark Arts is required for those who aspire to become auras. Fortunately, we are lucky to have the ever-gifted Professor Hecat in charge of our students' education in that regard.
알겠습니다.
You mentioned Hogsmeade, Professor.
Hogsmeade is the only all-wizarding village in Britain and is home to an array of shops and pubs. You should be able to find all of the school supplies you require in Hogsmeade. You will also, I imagine, enjoy many a butterbeer there with friends in due course.
알겠습니다.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
A lot to absorb on your first day, and you have much to learn. Happily, your professors have agreed to create additional assignments for you outside of class. You'll be up to speed in no time. Judging by your adept use of Revelio earlier, I'd say Professor Fig succeeded in at least showing you the basics.
He did, Professor.
He's been terribly vague as to the events preceding your arrival, specifically about what happened after that awful dragon attack. My suspicion is that there's more to the story than a search for belongings and an extended trip up to the castle.
사실은요. 그런 일은 없었어요.
I'm sorry, Professor, but I'm afraid that's all there is to it.
Almost precisely what Professor Fig said. Speak of the devil, Professor Fig. Your ears must have been burning.
Oh?
Yes. You seem to have provided our new fifth year with a solid foundation in the basics of spellcasting.
Ah, I'm afraid I can't take all the credit there, Professor. They've a rare aptitude for magic, it seems.
Well, I'm just glad you both arrived in one piece. Perfectly good boats and carriages to Hogwarts, and you chose to fly in the path of a dragon.
I wouldn't say I chose the dragon's path, Professor. Rather unfortunately, it would seem that it chose us.
Very well. Enough chit-chat. I need to get to class myself. Might I rely on you, Professor Fig, to explain the details of the field guide's map?
Of course.
Thank you. Good luck today. And remember to use your field guide. It will be invaluable to you. And invaluable to me, as I'll be using it to keep up to date on your progress.
Yes, Professor.
Come and find me in my classroom after you've attended both classes today, and I'll explain more about those assignments I mentioned. And we'll see if we can't get you to Hogsmeade for those supplies.
It's good to see you, Professor.
And you. I was hoping our paths would cross today, before you immersed yourself in studies. Did I hear you masterfully evade Professor Weasley's interrogation regarding our late arrival?
들으셨나 보네요. 거짓말하고 싶지 않았어요. 들으셨나 보네요.
I did my best, but I'm fairly certain she suspects that we're not being entirely forthcoming.
Yes, well, Professor Weasley is a brilliant and astute witch. It was right to keep the details to yourself for now. We don't know where this path we've embarked upon will lead. It may require a bit more flexibility with your time than she would approve of. And she may feel obliged to share details with the headmaster that would be better left between us.
Understood, Professor.
Good. Now, as capable as you are, I believe the ability you possess obliges you to be well trained. Happily, you have the benefit of an exceptionally skilled team of witches and wizards to guide you. Speaking of guides, and so that I may avoid another not-so-subtle reproof from Professor Weasley, why don't I show you the clever enchantment we included in the field guide's map? Unfold it and have a look.
지도. 블루 불꽃 위치. 나. 현재 플레이어가 위치한 지점입니다. 도서관 별. 전체 진척 지도. 블루 불 호그와트의 5레벨. 챌린지. 컬렉션. 지팡이 구현 물체. 레벨리오 페이지. 레벨. 퀘스트. 호그와트에 오신 레벨. 인벤토리. 지도에서 사용 가능한 퀘스트를 추적할 수 있습니다. 보기 버튼, 호그와트, 블루 불. 이 표시는 주요 퀘스트를 나타냅니다. 주요 퀘스트를 완료하면 일부 퀘스트는 마법 및 레벨 필요 사항이 충족되지 않아 잠겨 있습니다. 이 경우 필요되는 레벨에 도달하건 계속하려면 A로 사용 가능한 퀘스트를 추적하세요.
The map is enchanted to help you find your way.
This will be incredibly helpful. Thank you.
Now, sounds like you've quite a day ahead, what with classes and a trip to Hogsmeade for supplies, including your own wand. You'll enjoy Mr. Ollivander. He's an exceptional craftsman and a good friend. I shall reach out when I have more information about our mysterious locket. For now, focus on your classes and pay attention. More than your owls may hinge on the magic you are able to master within these walls.
마법 나침반 방향 패드 위를 사용하세요. 마법 나침반 방향 패드 위은 추적하고 있는 게 무엇이든 그곳으로 안내할 것입니다.
Is that all you've got?
Levioso!
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces on your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned. starting with something small.
왼쪽 스틱으로 지팡이의 균형을 잡고 문양의 경로를 따라가며 주문을 익히세요. 문양의 경로에서 버튼이 표시된 지점에 도달했을 때 해당되는 버튼을 누르면 지팡이의 동작을 빠르게 할 수 있습니다.
Levioso.
해리포터도 거의 초반에 나왔던 게 레비오소였죠?
Now, let's try something a little larger. Let us begin with the basic cast.
오른쪽 트리거로 기본 주문을 시전하세요.
See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast.
부양
Remember,
마법인 레비오소와
a
같은
surprised
제어 마법은
opponent is a
노란색
weak
방어벽을
opponent,
부술 수 있습니다.
as Master Pruitt so artfully helped me demonstrate. Now, the basic cast. Well done. Very good. But the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel using only Levioso,
Protego?
basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
Levioso. This should be easy.
You're good.
How perceptive. Right? What are you doing up there?
I know. Nothing lucky about it. Rather good at this, aren't you?
Levioso. Class, I hope you were paying attention. That is how you cast Levioso.
This can't be your first.
Let's just say I'm a quick learner.
Not bad for a beginner. You give as good as you get.
I put you on the spot, and you rose to the challenge. Points to Hufflepuff.
Thank you, Professor Heckard. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. Again, well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional assignments.
방어 마법이 뭐였죠?
All
이
right.
루모스 유용 어두운 곳을 환하게 밝히거나 퍼즐에서 추가 인센디오 플리펜도 위력 사용이 불가함 디센도 위력 레파로
Enough spectacle for one day. Class is dismissed.
Y군요. 방어 마법이 Y였구나.
Nice work.
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice. It felt more like I was dueling an expert. Sebastian Sallow, by the way. Didn't expect a new student to be so deft with a wand. Then again, perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
결투 경험이 있어
I've dueled enough. Consider yourself lucky I held back.
Huh, fair enough. You owe me an honest duel when you aren't. You know, you might be a perfect fit for a certain exclusive, unsanctioned dueling organization.
재밌겠다 수상하네
Unsanctioned? I don't know. School rules are in place for a reason.
Yes, to keep students in the dark. So many things we're deemed unprepared to know. If you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts, you're going to need to break the rules now and then. Whether it's joining a secret dueling club or sneaking into the restricted section of the library, you just have to be clever enough not to get caught.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll keep that in mind.
Good. Pleasure chatting with you. I'm sure I'll see you soon. Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned? We'll see if your performance today was sheer luck or actual skill. Look for Luke and Brattleby near the clock tower entrance, if you're interested. Till next time.
Oh, I'm not much for dueling. I prefer to keep things friendly.
Revelio.
Off on another adventure, are we?
제도. 나. 이제 보조 퀘스트를 진행할 수 있습니다. 마법 수업. Y.
이거 화장실이네요? 어? 위로 좀 더 올라가서
Professor Ronan tends to go on a bit.
Here, behind you. There is an open seat here.
Thank you.
Hello, I am Nettie. So you are the new student. Have you met Professor Ronan yet?
Shall we begin? Welcome to Year 5 of Charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work. But I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right, now, everyone, please open your textbooks to page 517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change and growth charms? Anyone? Anyone? I am afraid it is too late to study now. My, the summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another. Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm? Well, it seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom. Now let's put those textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
왼쪽 스틱으로 지팡이의 균형을 잡고 문양의 경로를 따라가며 주문을 익히세요. 문양의 경로에서 버튼이 표시된 지점에 도달했을 때 해당되는 버튼을 누르면 지팡이의 동작을 빠르게 할 수 있습니다.
That is not bad.
You are a swift learner. I see a lot of potential, but remember, potential is nothing without practice. Keep at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here. Very good, everyone. That's enough of that. Well, as you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking that we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air. After me.
필드 가이드. 흰색 외곽선 표시는 당신의 대상 잠금 오른쪽 스틱 누르기은 적들로부터 콤보를 얻고 싶거나 추적하기 어려운 적에게 효과적입니다.
I've always found that fun goes hand in hand with mastery, as I'm sure the Quidditch players amongst us would agree. So, what better than a bit of sport to put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right?
이게 볼을 땡기는 거 그건가?
So why don't we have our newest student start us off?
이게 10점, 50점 뭐 이렇게 해갖고 뭐
소환 마법인 아시오는 시전자에게 목표물을 가까이 끌어당깁니다. 오른쪽 트리거를 누른 상태에서 아시오 주문이 할당된 버튼을 누르면 주문이 시전됩니다. 오른쪽 트리거에서 손을 대면 주문 시전을 멈출 수 있습니다.
Excellent. Don't lose your composure. Splendid. Happens to the best of us. Very good. Stay focused. Very good. Points to Hufflepuff. But there's certainly no sport in playing without some friendly competition. Miss Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit of a challenge? Come on up. You'll be the blues, just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Lisa. What's this?
뭐 이렇게 어렵네요.
There we go. Let us do this.
Accio.
뭐 이렇게 세냐?
Let us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
I think we are well past interesting at this point.
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it. This round settles it all.
Be sharp. That is how it's done.
Accio.
Not to worry.
Here we go. Watch this.
아이고, 아 이게 RT가 저기
Very good, both of you. Well done.
RT로 멈추는군요.
위력 맵 필드 가이드 챌린지를 진행하며 빠른 이동 장소를 잠금 해제하기 위해 블루 불꽃을 찾아내세요. 새로운 활동을 위해
Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
A tight game. It turns out we were evenly matched. Took me weeks to become proficient with Accio. Took weeks for me to get anything right when I transferred here. It gets easier, I promise.
이해해주는 사람이 있어서 기쁘다.
That's good to hear. It's a lot to take in all at once.
To put it lightly, I remember how I felt when I first arrived. I transferred here from Ouagadougou just before my 4th year. My mother received an offer to teach divination here. Before I knew it, we had left Uganda and were halfway around the world at a new school in a new country.
만나서 반가웠어.
Is Ouagadougou much bigger than Hogwarts?
Ouagadougou School of Magic is the largest wizarding school in the world. So yes, bigger than Hogwarts. But it never seemed intimidating or overwhelming to me. It always felt like home.
와가두에 대해 얘기해줘.
Is Ouagadougou a castle, like Hogwarts?
Its address is Mountains of the Moon. It is not so much a castle as a beautiful edifice carved out of the mountainside. I remember the first time I saw it, the mist was so thick I could hardly make out anything at all. And then it just materialized before me, this enormous school that seemed to be floating in midair.
와가두에 대해 얘기해줘서 고마워. 와가두는
This may seem an odd question, but is magic the same there as it is here?
Mostly, yes. But I did have to learn how to use a wand when I arrived here. Hardly anyone at Ouagadougou uses one.
대단하다.
You can cast spells without a wand?
Oh, yes. I find wandless magic to be much more instinctive. Not to mention quite convenient if one is without their wand. I must admit, however, that I am growing quite fond of using a wand. It seems very dramatic.
와가두에 대해 얘기해줘.
It's nice to learn about another wizarding school.
Thank you for asking. I do miss Ouagadougou, but I am glad to be here at Hogwarts. Ah, I think Professor Ronan wants to talk to you. Better not keep him waiting. Until next time.
Of course, you can use Accio on humans.
A word, if you will.
If you're so inclined.
뭐죠?
You know it won't work on humans.
You wanted to speak with me, Professor?
I did. I trust your first charms lesson lived up to expectation?
Well, an outdoor competition wasn't exactly the lesson I was expecting, sir.
What charm is there in the expected? And what a close match between you and Miss Onai. Invigorating.
Thank you, Professor. I enjoyed the match.
Miss Onai is always a fierce competitor, though I sense that she is a bit distracted of late. Now, Professor Weasley has asked that your professors give you instruction outside of the ordinary curriculum. Expect to hear from me soon regarding a special assignment that I am preparing for you.
Hello there. You're the new student, aren't you?
Revelio.
I'll be weeks from...
And then the werewolves joined the goblins in the uprising.
Werewolves, where were you? In the Goblin Rebellion of 1752.
And by the end of it, the Minister for Magic was Albert Boot.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, what fun! I won't say my goodbyes. I shall cheer for the boy who says you're telling
I'm
lies.
not telling lies, Peeves. It was Albert Boot.
No, it wasn't. It was Basil Flack.
Oh, fight, fight! It's a bold attack. Was the Minister a boot or the Minister a flack?
Stop it,
Peeves, you'll get us in trouble.
In trouble you will be, but you can't give Peeves a smack. She says it's a boot, and he says it's a flat.
Peeves, enough. You'll get us all detention. And you're both wrong anyway. It was Hephaestus Gore.
It wasn't Boots and it wasn't Flack, but you're all in trouble with Professor Black.
뭐 다른 데 돌리는 게 또 있나요? 아, 여기 있구나. 아이고. 이, 삼, 삼, 사, 오, 8이면 뭐죠? 뭔가 퍼즐인 것 같은데. 그것도 아닌가? 일단 잠깐 끊었다 갈게요.
레벨 2 B 뒤로 X 포토 모드 들어가기